There you are, my friend.
Hello.
Yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. How are you?
All is well, thank you very much. And yourself?
Not so bad. Where are you in the car?
Yeah, so after this, I'm gonna do my cardio. So I want to get back home before 8 o'clock, have my food so I can get an early night. So I
Right.
always just tie everything into one big wheel.
This is what I like about you. You're a man. This is what I need more of, I think. I need more structure and less chaos in my isolation schedule.
But you know what it is? Chaos isn't always good. My life is full of chaos as well.
Oh man, it's been a chaotic few weeks. How have you found the switch? I mean, as you said before that you're a man that's used to isolation. So has this been a breeze? Yeah.
Uh, there's two things that can really cause disruption in one's life, and that's one is your, you know, fear that your health is going to deteriorate, and number two is fear that your finances are going to deteriorate. So even though like the gods have blessed us with lovely weather and some extra time, yeah, it's been hard to adjust for sure because 9 or so weeks ago I was having all these plans of what I was going to be doing around this time, and everything's just really, really changed. But life goes on. That's the thing about humans, good and bad. We just adapt to the worst situations, and that's why I think you see humans in the worst situation, and the human race don't really make it a priority to help other people because we can see that they're adapting and they're coping in the worst situation. So, COVID-19, I'm adapting, and the whole world is as well.
Now, how is I know you got JJ there. How is homeschooling going? That's what I wanted to ask because we found it quite spicy at the best of times.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first week I was super dad. You know what I mean? I was coming downstairs with my with my cape on, and then I got slapped with an invoice on my email with school fees, and I said, "Whoa! If I'm still having to pay school fees, then that means that these teachers best be doing their job as well." So, so the homeschooling got taken over a week or two in, but his mum does a great job. She's got him drawing, reading, and stuff like that. She does a great job with him as well.
So, what was AJ? Tell me what you had. As you said, you had plans. You were quite deep into your plans for a June 20th fight, I believe. Um, how it's obviously postponed now, but what is the road ahead for you in that regard?
Do you know what? I couldn't even tell you. I wish I could. There's all these plans, right? I could tell you, we're gonna do a small hall show. Me and Pulev are gonna get tested, and that's what's gonna make this fight happen. But then you see, um, gyms aren't even opening, and then you see if Apple Shop opens, that you have to wear face masks. If I'm completely honest with you, until the government give it the go ahead, I just don't see how it can work unless we do one of these things where you know you put a ring in a car park and cars can watch and people can watch from their cars.
Yeah.
But I just can't see mass gatherings or any boxing happening anytime soon.
No, I know your our good friend Eddie Hearn has a plan to build some sort of superstructure ring in his back garden and held
Hmm.
events there. Do you have any? Does that sound like an idea that might have some runway?
You know what, I gotta respect Eddie, because you see that type of hunger and that passion for the sport. It's finding ideas and being creative out of the worst situation, from going from traveling the world and doing stadium fights, having to put it in your office's back garden. So if that's the case and it is acceptable 100%, and I said, we're going to find out now if people really want to fight. The reason is a fighter saying, yeah, I'll fight anywhere, anytime, any place. All right, then fight in my back garden. There's not going to be that many people out, but you're fighting the world champion who's coming to knock you out. Oh, I don't really want to fight because I'm not going to be too up for it and all that. Nah, man. If the opportunity came up for me to fight today, I'm fighting fit and I'm ready. But if I have to wait, I'll wait and I'll play my part as well and follow the guidelines.
Absolutely. Now, listen, I'm going to just cut to the chase and ask what everyone has been talking about, of course, and you knew I was going to bring this up.
I'm single. I'm single. Where is she? All
Exactly.
right.
Listen, Pulev said he's not willing to step aside for you to have a British unification fight with Tyson Fury. What's your response to that?
If I'm going to be honest, if I was the same as Pulev, I wouldn't step aside either. So Pulev's entitled to do exactly what he wants. He's in position to fight me. So if he wants the opportunity to fight, he sticks to his guns. But if he wants to see, you know, the two world champions in Great Britain clash, then step aside. But that's the only options. If he wants to fight me and he's confident, come get this work. Or if you would rather sit back and watch what happens with me and Tyson Fury, that option's there as well. But if I'm honest with you, my negotiations with Pulev are a bit different. I think he has a lot of things that he needs to sort out with Deontay Wilder.
Right.
Just see my mate in the park there as well.
Nice one. But you know what? You know, in some ways, why are you wasting your time with
just on
someone
the phone? Ah.
Why are you? You know, why everyone? You know the fight that everyone wants to see. Why are we hanging on with Pulev?
Why am I hanging on with Pulev?
Yeah, is it contractual? Can't we just get straight to the chase?
Yeah, so there's 5 belts: IBO, IBF, WBA, WBO. They belong to me. Tyson Fury has a WBC. So each of these governing bodies, so they have a ranking. So let's say 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. And in the IBF, Pulev is number 1, and that is the next belt I have to defend, the IBF. So that's why Pulev, if I don't defend it against Pulev, then the mandatory position will be removed from me, and then Pulev fight. And do you know who the next mandatory challenger is?
Who's that?
Charles Martin. That's the guy I actually won the belt from. So if I don't fight and defend my belt, then it will be Kubrat Pulev and Charles Martin that fight. And these are like obligations that you have to follow as a champion.
I get that. And it's, and it's good that there's structure in place. But talking about the Fury fight, that is one historic clash that I'm sure eventually will happen. Whether it's this year or next year, your first or second, fight down the road, that is going to be a clash to end all clashes, right?
The biggest. Look, you know what? There's going to be even bigger because I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to kind of make history. I'm hungry. I'm fired up. Fury's just another opponent at the end of the day. Yeah, it's going to be big for everyone else, but I got to keep myself together. And I'm looking at Fury like he's just another fighter. But trust me, in terms of the spectacle, the trash talking, 2 juggernauts coming together, I can't wait. Like I've tasted what being at the top of the mountain feels like, and I've tasted what being knocked off that mountain feels like, and I've climbed my way back up. And whoever steps in front of me now will know I ain't looking to go back down. So when I'm fighting Pulev and I get the opportunity to fight with Tyson Fury for the WBC Championship of the World, I think they're going to see what it feels for a man to have had it all and lost it and got it back. A man that's experienced those turbulences doesn't want to go through that again.
Absolutely. Going back to that second fight with Ruiz, the first fight where you hit a hiccup, the first in your career. That's that third round where you went down twice. How do you come back from something like that?
I'm gonna go on a walk because there's in the car park. There's a few cars pulling up, so we're gonna go on a walk and talk.
Okay, let's go for a walk. Why not?
So how do I pull back from
that in that third round in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
Whereas when you got knocked out in 43 seconds. You knocked him out. Excuse me.
I was gonna say. Oh, dear.
And about 1 minute 23 in, you went down, and then again 3 minutes in, you went down. Now you look shaken, AJ. I have to say that's the most shaken I've ever seen you look.
Well, do you want the excuse or do you want the reality?
I want the reality. Come on, man.
I got beat. I was shook. Everything that you saw in that fight was what I was going through. It's tough. It's a hard game. I got beaten to a pulp, and I had to kind of pull myself back together. And that's just how it went. And now they're going to see the rebirth of me because, everyone writes me off in this boxing division. You know, everyone wants to write me off, but I believe that I'll go down as, you know, this generation's great, and that's what I'm destined to do. So what I went through then, not seeing everyone. What are you saying? Yeah, in the car park.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. That's what I went through. I got beaten up and I got to deal with it. And so you have to take it on the chin. That's life for you. Do you know what I mean? And you got to
Yeah.
keep on moving forward, even when the
What?
whole world's against you.
Well, you mentioned that after that fight, a few people wrote you off, certainly in the industry.
Hmm.
Was that a surprise? How did that feel?
You know what's good with me is that I always keep, like, I got my pals with me from when I was a kid. So I've never been one of these people that's like a celebrity brown noser, you know, trying to sit with the celebrities, because when your record selling #1, when your movie selling out in the theaters, and when you're knocking people out as a fighter, and all of a sudden it goes downhill, the celebrities are on to the next best thing. But when you're with your people who know you for you, like, nothing really changed within my circle. Like, when I was going home, I was still the same man, and when I was going to my gym, my local amateur club. But what I saw is that people in my industry that don't really know me, spectating from a distance, they're the ones who have a lot to say. But I say everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying that they're not, but I just know who I am, and no matter what anyone says about me, I think that as I'm getting older, I'm getting a lot stronger. I'm
Yeah.
becoming more like resilient, and no matter what anyone says to me, they'll never be able to break me.
Was it hard when you were younger, I guess, when you're getting non-stop wins to acknowledge failure? But now I guess in some ways you know that's not failure, but that hiccup, to want of a better word, could maybe be the making of you.
Yeah, like, I'll always say, like, in my life, I remember I used to watch all these like motivational videos in the morning, like, you've got to fail to know what it feels like. You've got to experience rain to know what sunshine feels. And I'll be like, I ain't lost. I don't know what that feels like. So they ain't talking about me. Like, I'm the, you know what I mean? And then I experienced what that was about. And I said, whoa. So that's what they're talking about. You have to go through these type of obstacles in your life in order to really experience what the top of the mountain feels like, what the bottom of the mountain feels like. Then you make the decision where you want to be. That's just the question. You have to make a decision where you want to be in life. And I just realized that, you know, with the odds against me, I know where I want to be. And that's why I'm just so motivated still and fired up to kind of